Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain the poem Snapshots of a Daughter in Law written by the American poetess Adrienne Rich. The introduction about the poetess and the poem has been discussed by me in the previous video on this poem. The present poem, Snapshots of a Daughter in Law, is a pungent feminist poem in which Rich explores multiple facets of a woman's life inflicted with sorrows and male exploitation. The title of the poem itself hints at discontinued, disorderly photographs of a woman who is a daughter in law. The poem presents the picture of a woman as a daughter in law who is bound into the set roles which men have established for her and women have augmented or increased those roles. The poetess focuses on the impact of age old practices in her day to day life and brings out her corresponding frustrations, resentments, and experiences. The focal character of the poem is daughter in law, and through her character, the poetess exhibits the anxiety of a modern woman. The poem also presents a modern version of entrapment and repression. Rich has published more than 18 volumes of poetry and 4 books of non fiction. This poem, Snapshots of a Daughter in Law, is found in her third volume with the same name, Snapshots of a Daughter in Law, poems, that was published in 1963. With the publication of Snapshots of a Daughter in Law in 1963, Rich's poetry reflected more personal explorations. The poem reflects Adrienne Rich's innate talents, her courage, her vivacity or energy, her determination, and her will to change the gender bias that is prevalent in the society. Now I begin the explanation of the poem. The text of the first paragraph is in this way: You once a ballet in Shreveport with henna colored hair, skin like a peach bud, still have your dresses copied from that time, and play a Chopin prelude called by Quartet. Delicious recollections float like perfume through the memory. The poetess here begins the poem with the uh, description of the mother in law. She is the second character in the poem after daughter in law. Uh, in the first paragraph, the poetess talks about the mother in law who was once a daughter in law. She says that the mother in law, you once a ballet in Shreveport. The poetess says that the mother in law was once a ballet. Ballet means girl in Shreveport. She was a beautiful and impressive girl from Shreveport with henna colored hair. Now she is old and she has henna colored hair, skin like peach bud. Uh, her skin was like a peach bud. She was beautiful. Still have your dresses copied from that time. She still carries on with the fashion of her youth days and uh, still have your dresses copied from that time. That time is she still carries on with the fashion of her youth days and play a Chopin prelude. She is interested in playing Chopin, and that is a musical instrument. Prelude is song. She is interested in playing Chopin with a song uh, called by Quartet. Uh, Called by Quartet. Quartet is the name of a person. Delicious recollections float like perfume through the memory. The song she plays reveals her delight in remembering the good old days of youth. Your mind now moldering like wedding cake. The poetess says that the mind of mother-in-law is moldering. Moldering means decaying slowly. Uh, at present, she is a mad housewife whose mind is filled with all sorts of troubles. Her mind is moldering or decaying or melting slowly like a wedding cake, heavy with useless experience. Her mind is heavy with useless experience, rich with suspicion. Now she is rich with suspicions. Fantasy means imagination, crumbling to pieces. She is breaking into small pieces under the knife edge. Knife edge is a situation in which nobody knows what is going to happen next. Now she is doubtful. She is in doubtful condition of mere fact. She is busy in day routine works. In the prime of your life, nervy, glowering. In the prime of your life. In the prime is in her young age, her life was uh, nervy. Nervy means she was nervous. Glowering means uh, now she is looking angry. Your daughter wipes the teaspoons, grows another way. She was a nervous girl in her young age. Now she is angry looking woman who reacts in the same situation in a different way. In these lines, the poetess shifts to the role of a mother in law to the role of a daughter in law. The mother in law has used to her life, but the daughter in law she is also busy in the same domestic works. She is also chained to the same domestic tasks such as wiping the teaspoons, but she behaves in a different way as she wants to be free from these domestic works. In this way, in the first part of the poem, we see that the poem presents the character of a mother in law who was once a daughter in law. The mother in law, as a daughter in law, used to be lovely and fresh when she was young, but now her marriage and motherhood have befallen her. She structures her thoughts according to emotions or experiences. Her mind is fertile, but she is unable to utilize it. Rumors and suspicions beset her mind. The Ballet of Shreveport has denied her own potential by conforming or by obeying a rule to romantic feminine ideals and is now moldering away like the remnants of her wedding cake. We see rich hair uses a simile, a moldering like wedding cake. The woman who has once a beauty finds that her mind is now crumbling and rotting like wedding cake. The simile points out that the woman's mind and the cake are equally fragile and equally susceptible or likely to be influenced to decay. The words heavy and rich carry on the simile. Wedding cake is rich and heavy on the stomach. Similarly, the woman's mind is heavy with rumors and suspicions. From the observations that rich fictional mother in law still has her dresses copied from that time and that her mind is crumbling to pieces under the knife edge of mere fact, it is evident that this woman has neither the chance nor the ambition to escape from this existence. While in the poem we notice that her daughter in law is acutely aware of the bonds that keep her chained to domestic tasks, such as wiping the teaspoons. In the following stanzas, we see that the angels in her urge her to save herself and realize her worth with her potential and revolt against the persisting state of affairs.